Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine at your home and doing well in your studies part. Dear students, in my last lecture I taught you about Pascal's law and I hope that you are clear with Pascal's law and its applications. Students, before proceeding, you must know that what is pressure and what is mathematical expression for it. For solving numericals, you must know that what is the unit of pressure and how to calculate, how to convert the CGS units into SI units. So these all terms, these all concepts are very important for our next topic. Okay, so let us start our today's topic. You can see the topic name at the top of the board, that is pressure exerted by the liquid column. So now question is, what is liquid column? Liquid column means the water inside a container. Whole water we are not taking, so we will take a small part of that water and we call it liquid column. So dear students, let us see the diagram first. So you can see that here I have taken a container in which water is there. And one cylindrical column you can see inside. I have drawn with the help of black ball pen, black marker, that and its height of this liquid column is h. So obviously this liquid column has two surfaces. One is upper surface and one is lower surface. The force on upper surface is F1 and force on lower surface will be F2, and hence the pressure on upper surface, the pressure is P1, and on down surface the pressure is P2. And everything I have mentioned on the right side, you can see here rho means density of the liquid, h means height of the liquid, P1 means pressure on the upper face or upper surface, and P2 is the pressure on the lower surface. Students, now you know that what is the expression for pressure. Pressure is defined as the force per unit area. So that's why P1 is F1 upon A, P2 is F2 upon A, and from these two equations we can calculate the value of F1 and F2. F1 will be P1A, directly multiplication, and F2 is equal to P2A. So these are the forces on the upper surface and lower surface of liquid column. Okay, what will happen in equilibrium? Equilibrium means when nothing will move from here to there. That means all forces will be equal. That means total force will be 0. All forces are equal, that means they are balanced, and in your lower standard you have studied that if forces are balanced then nothing will move here and there. Okay, so total forces are 0. So how many forces you are having here? F1 on the upper surface, F2 on the lower surface, and weight of this liquid column, that is mg, and weight is always in downward direction. So that's why whatever is in downward direction we are taking positive, and whatever is in upward direction we are taking negative. This depends upon us. We can take upper one positive and lower one negative, but opposite we have to take. So you can see here that F1 I have taken positive because it is downward side, mg I have taken positive because it is also downward side, but F2 is in upward side, that's why I have taken it negative. Total sum of these three forces is equal to 0. So students, now put the value of F1, that is P1A, P2A equal to 0. If I will take common A and A from here, I'll get P1 minus P2 common A plus mg equal to 0. So what is the value of mg from here? P2 minus P1 into A. Why P2 minus P1? Here it was P1 minus P2. But when it is going on the other side, they will change their signs. Very basic of mathematics. And now next is your mass per unit volume. Mass per unit volume is equal to density. Mass per unit volume equal to density. So mass is equal to volume into density. What is volume? Volume is equal to area into length. but here length is not there. Here is height. So it is mass is equal to area multiplied by height into rho. Students, in this box I have calculated the value of small m, means mass. So this is the value of mass. Putting back this value of mass in this equation. So instead of m I have written ah rho g p2 minus p1 a. So from here a and a is the area, so they both will cancel out. P2 minus P1 is equal to H rho G. And this expression is very important for numericals as well as for MCQs. That what is the expression for pressure exerted by the liquid column? So it is H rho G. Okay. Now students, our next topic is numericals based upon it. So one numerical I have taken based upon the same concept. So you can see the statement of this numerical, that is, find pressure exerted by liquid column at height 25 centimeter and given density is 5 kg per meter cube. So first of all, in numerical you have to write the given things. What is given to you? So you can see that here you are given with height is equal to 25 centimeters, but centimeter is a CGS unit. So you have to convert it into SI units. How to convert centimeter into meters? By dividing it by 100. So 25 by 100 equal to 0.25 meter. Density is given 5 kg per meter cube. Okay, so this is already in SI units, no need to change it. Value of G 9.8 meter per second square, but for our convenience and if there is not a huge change, we can write the value of small g is equal to 10 meter per second square, because it's a difference of 0.2 only. Okay, so by using the expression for pressure is equal to rho at g. Put all values, cancel the terms which can be cancelled, and answer is 12.5 Pascal. So dear students, this is all about pressure exerted by the liquid column. Next, what tomorrow we'll study, that is Archimedes principle. And before studying Archimedes principle, you must know that what are floating bodies and what makes a body to sink and what makes it to float. So let us see the floating bodies. So dear students, you know the floating bodies means the bodies which can float. Okay, so there are two points which you must keep in your mind, that body may sink in the liquid if weight of the liquid displaced by the body is less than its own weight. Okay, and it may completely float in the liquid if its weight is equal to the weight of the liquid displaced by it. Also, the density of the liquid should be same as the body. That means you can swim in water only if you are displacing the weight of the water liquid equal to your weight. For example, your weight is 60 kg. That means you have to displace the water equal to 60 kg. If your weight is 30 kg, then you have to displace water equal to 30 kg if you want to swim. Otherwise, you will not be able to swim. You will sink in the water. So this is our concept which we'll study tomorrow, that is Archimedes principle. So dear students, this is enough for today. Tomorrow is your class test. So first chapter of unit 7, that is elasticity. You have to prepare chapter 1 elasticity for your class test, which is scheduled to be taken tomorrow, means on Tuesday. So this is enough for today. Thank you. Have a good day.